German invasion of Poland in 1939. In this, we've got 7 players. The Germans are 5, and they are 5 separate German armies that encompass quite a large amount of frontage. And for the Polish team, it's me in the north. I command the northern forces and the central forces around Warsaw, as well as BB Joey, who is another player commanding the southern Polish forces. Now, you will have to bear with me a little bit because it's been a little while since I played this, so there will be a little bit of clicking around. I think I'll skip over that. Right, so as you can see, we have deployed the reserves, which is Rizdi Smigli, something like that. I'm not sure about the exact pronunciation, unfortunately. Apologies to any Polish people listening. So we have deployed the reserves along the large river lines, the Warta and the Vistula. And essentially the most direct route to Warsaw, which is the game winner if you take it, is down this section and then through this gap between the 2 rivers. In this gap, I've deployed my artillery, my tanks, and most of the Polish Air Force, as well as the 2 Legion divisions, which are the 2 strongest Polish divisions in the game. Still going to struggle going head to head with German infantry, but better than nothing. The other reserves are deployed around places where we can harass and hamper the Germans, and in crucial cities and bridges that we will try and blow up or at least slow the Germans from crossing. The name of the game for Poland is delay, delay, delay. You can't win in a direct fight, and the only hope is to hold on long enough to affect the outcome by victory points. But yeah, that's the setup for the reserves. And next I'm going to have to set up the northern forces, which I think is 1, 2, 3 sections here. So we'll get onto that next. Okay, so we have the Polish northern forces, and we're going into setup. This is the Nauru operational group, the Modlin operational group, Poznan, and finally the Pomorze. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4 operational groups that we have. Again, same as last time, our tactic is going to be delay the Germans at crucial rail lines, at bridges, and make them attack us in forests, marshes, etc. as much as possible. We have a small handful of engineering units which can blow bridges, which seriously interferes with the German ability to cross because they have to take time to rebuild them, and it messes up their supplies, etc. Right, I'm going to go and do the long and moderately arduous work of setting everything up. So we'll get one last look at the northern forces in their entirety, and off I go. Okay, so now that setup is complete, let's have a look at the strategy here. Right now we don't know where the Germans are going to deploy their main forces, so we just have to get our reserves in position and hope for the best. We've got one group here, the Nauru group, and basically the same thing except for the fort line here. The same thing is being enacted across the entire front, where cavalry skirmishers hold the lines and any gaps in the rivers are fortified as well as we can with infantry groups. Same over here, the city, Poznan, needs to be held, so it's got a division just in the city plus some support and garrison. Engineers will blow bridges and everyone will fall back as fast as possible. We don't want to get units surrounded and cut off, that's how we lose the game. And yeah, the reserves are drawn up here to stop the anticipated large push straight down the middle. We haven't we haven't deployed the southern forces. That's BB Joey who's up next. He has a much easier time generally because the terrain is much worse. So the Germans are going to use most of their panzers, presumably in the north. We have to hope they don't do something really exotic, otherwise we're out of position quite badly. But yeah, I expect the main fighting to be as we withdraw along these river lines on the approach to Warsaw. Right, I think that is pretty much it, so I hope everyone is enjoying it, and I will see you next time when the game actually starts and we see what the Germans have gotten up to. Here's the whole map, in case anyone was wondering what the western chunk of Poland looks like. Thanks everyone.